Good afternoon. I am Brennan Flato.
I'm Donovan Shanley, and this is the Voice of Duquesne Live. On Monday, the Society of Professional Journalists held the First Amendment Free Food Festival. In this event, students got a plate students got a plate of food and a note outlining what subject they had to talk about, and if they talked about something different, they would have their food taken away. This was meant to highlight the First Amendment and its importance in journalism and beyond. The club's president, Caitlin Hughes, said she likes hosting this event because it demonstrates to students what it would be like to have the freedom of speech ripped away, which is something they may take for granted, and said it is interesting to see students challenging themselves to talk about a singular topic, which is something people in other countries may be forced to do on a daily basis.
Social Justice Slam Poetry Night happened Tuesday in the Night Spot. Our Kylie Crocus was on the scene to capture the night.
Hi, my name is Kylie Crocus, and tonight on Tuesday, the Sociology Club, the English Honor Society, and Ebony Women are all coming together to host a Social Justice Slam Poetry Night. Let's go check it out.
At 9 p.m. tonight on Tuesday, November 18th, 3 clubs came together to host Social Justice Slam Poetry. Those clubs were the Sociology Club, Sigma Tau Delta, and Ebony Women for Social Change. These clubs all have different purposes and goals, so how does this event tie to all three of them? Well, we heard from the presidents of these 3 clubs, Sophie Perino of Sociology Club, Demaria Wedderburn of Ebony Women, and Allison Fraser of English Honor Society.
So an event like this is really important sociologically because everything we do, everything we say, and how we interact with people all day is influenced by the social feedback and the socialization that we've had growing up. And so having a social justice poetry event would take into account so many different people's perspectives, how we would interact with each other coming from different places, being able to hear people's different perspectives, however polarized they might be, ultimately brings us closer to developing a productive environment where people feel that they can express their vulnerable thoughts and ultimately become more comfortable sharing their personal views and developing upon those.
I think being involved in events like this one that we are currently, starting up is an amazing opportunity to continue to fill our mission, which is creating a safe and welcoming environment for all students on campus. Women of color, but just all women on campus, so they're able to have a nice and welcoming environment where they feel safe, because not all the times they might find safe environments on campus. So we want to be sure that we're able to give them that access.
So with Sigma Tau Delta, we try our best to bring our love for English and literature to our community campus. And with an event like this that is really focusing on poetry, something that I know a lot of our members have taken poetry workshop 1 or 2, or even advanced poetry workshop, we're just trying to show that love that we have for this specific form that sometimes is underrated. And I think a lot of people don't really understand sort of how it works. I think a lot of people are scared of it because it's not prose. It's not something you can easily read. There's a lot of thought that goes into it, especially when it comes to writing it. We're just sort of trying to not quite raise awareness, but bring our passion for it to our community and hope to inspire some passion in our community members as well.
While we see the importance of this event to all these clubs individually, how did the 3 join together to come up with and coordinate this event?
So what went into planning this event? It actually started at a president's meeting. I want to say it was the first president's meeting. I've had classes with Sophie before.
So Sophie, who is the president of the Sociology Club, her and I actually lived together sophomore year in Desplat. Shout out Desplat.
Demaria and Allie and I just happened to sit together and we said, oh my gosh, I didn't know we were all presidents of clubs and we all know each other. Wouldn't it be cool if we hosted an event together?
We just kind of listed off something, and she brought up Poetry Slam, and I said, I love that idea, and I believe it would be an amazing idea. So it kind of just steadily built up, and towards the beginning of end of October, we were like, you know what, let's actually get it started, and here we are.
And just doing something fun to really talk about the current events. I mean, we talked about this back in August at the first meeting, and it sort of started as a joke, me being like, oh, it'd be fun if we do poetry and we get pizza. And Sophie really took off and ran with that. She said, absolutely, let's
Well,
do
worlds
it.
certainly collided, with what started as a slight joke turned into something incredible. It's important for people to attend these kinds of events. Here's why.
So people should come to events like this, especially if they're in the night spot, mostly for 2 reasons. There's usually free food, And it is a really, really great way to make new friends and meet new people. I know when I was a freshman, I struggled a little bit. My best friend is and still is my roommate. And we hung out all the time, but I knew it was sort of difficult for me to break out of just our little duo. So I would come to events like this for late night pizza or cookies, and usually just get to chatting with people, and it really helps you, I think, bloom socially, and just get used to talking to people you don't know quite well, and just get to know someone really cool, even if it is just for an evening at an event like this. And we are looking to host next semester a blind date with a book event where we would take donated books and give them out to people that are interested in reading to sort of promote literature to the masses. So we're looking forward to hosting more things, but nothing's set in stone quite yet. So keep an eye out.
I think events like this allows people to use any form of art to express themselves. I feel like poetry is one of the best forms of art to, express yourselves because you can write as much on a piece of paper and be as expressive as you want because you're showing what matters to you. And if you can't say it, you can write it. So I think having events like this is definitely an opportunity for students who aren't as vocal or as as vocal, so it allows them, the opportunity to be able to express themselves in certain ways.
Because it's really productive to your psyche as a person and how you're willing to interact with other people, how you interact with people of maybe different beliefs, and just how comfortable you are expressing yourself in an environment where you're speaking your truest, most vulnerable opinions or feelings or something that you're extremely passionate about. That's something that's really scary to do, but after you do it and you feel like you've done it in a safe environment, it could potentially lead you to feeling more comfortable and feeling like you can expand upon that.
This event was a great time. It was fun, relaxing, but also so incredibly powerful. Keep an eye out for more events like these.
Well, that was lots of fun. We got to eat some pizza, listen to some music and some poetry. So if you like poetry, you like snacks, or you're just looking for something to do, look out for more events like this one or just other night spot events. This is Kylie Crocus from the Voice of Duquesne Live, signing off.
Thank you, Kylie. Now in sports. The Duquesne men's and women's cross-country team closed out their 2025 seasons Friday at the NCAA Mid-Atlantic Regional Championships hosted by Lehigh. The Dukes finished 19th in the women's team standings and 21st on the men's side. Senior Gina Bull led the women's team, finishing 65th in the 6K, clocking a time of 21 minutes and 27 seconds. Sophomore Ben Shields finished at the top for the men, finishing his 10K in 31 minutes and 23 seconds in 67th place. The Dukes returned 2 of their top 5 female runners and 4 of their top 5 men for the next season. The team will look to improve on their 12th place finishes on both sides of the A10 championships.
The Duquesne football team won a thriller against Central Connecticut State on Saturday, winning 38-33. It was their final home game of the season at Rooney Field. The Dukes came out fast. Taj Butts opened the game with a 29-yard touchdown run, the first of several scoring drives that only took a few plays. After CCSU tied the game, the Dukes answered with a 95-yard drive. Butts sparked it with a big 38-yard run, and Tyler Riddell hit Joey Isabella for a 32-yard touchdown to take a 12-7 lead. Duquesne kept the momentum in the second quarter. Butts broke loose again for a 57-yard touchdown, giving him 158 yards in the first half alone. Riddell then connected with Ryan Petrus for a 37-yard score, and DJ Cecier ended the half by grabbing his first career interception. The Dukes went into halftime up 25-13. CCSU closed the gap in the third quarter, but Duquesne answered early in the fourth. Riddell found Isabella again for a short touchdown, set up by a 40-yard catch and run from tight end Noah Canty, pushing the lead to 32-20. CCSU fired back with 2 long touchdowns to take a late 33-32 lead, but just 2 plays later, Butts delivered a 59-yard touchdown, his third of the game, to put Duquesne back up on top. The defense finished the job when Henry Pickens deflected a pass into the hands of Antonio Epps for the game-sealing interception.
This past Friday and Saturday, the volleyball team concluded its regular season and their 6-game win streak came to an end in close losses against George Washington University. The Dukes battled but ultimately lost both nights 3-2. On Friday, Duquesne started the game with a 2-0 set lead, lost the next 2 sets, and fell in a deciding 5th set. Emerson Schromm ended with 27 kills and 11 digs, making the game her 13th double-double of the season. Junior setter Chloe Wilmot ended the night with 53 assists, 4 digs, 4 aces, and 3 blocks. On Saturday, the Dukes lost the first 2 sets of the game, but forced a deciding 5th set after a comeback. In the loss, Schromm pulled through again for Duquesne, bringing 24 kills to the court, making her the program's all-time single-season kills leader. Duquesne will compete next in the Atlantic 10 Championship in Richmond, Virginia, as the number 6 seed of the tournament. The Dukes will open play tomorrow at 3:30 p.m.
The men's basketball team suffered their first loss of the season on the road Saturday against Villanova. The Dukes fell 87-77 in Philadelphia and are now 3-1 on the season. Duquesne grabbed the lead at the 8:30 mark of the first half when senior guard Terrence Ginyard scored, making the score 25-20, but it was soon tied 25-25 with 7 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first half. The Dukes later trailed 45-35 at halftime. Both teams traded three-pointers to open the second half, combining 5 in the opening 5 minutes. While the Dukes kept the pressure up, Villanova continued to extend their lead in the second half. In the game, Duquesne set a season-high 12 three-pointers, while the Wildcats only knocked down 8. Senior forward David Dixon marked his 100th career game at Duquesne when checking in at the 15-minute 34-second mark in the first half, making him one of 4 players in the A-10 conference to spend a whole career with one program. Last night, the Dukes defeated Loyola Maryland 92-77 at the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse. John Hughley IV led Duquesne in points, putting up 20 for the night. Terrence Ginyard and Cam Crawford weren't far behind, each scoring 19. The Dukes shot 55.2% in the win and opened up the first half with a 15-point advantage, 19-14. Head coach Drew Joyce III said, "Each game we step into is different, but you want to make sure that you're improving in areas. If you track our last couple of games, we haven't rebounded the ball well. We gave up way too many second chance opportunities. Rebounding is a fundamental thing that's going to happen in every game. With our size and our depth and our athleticism, we concentrate on it. We emphasize it. We want to see the results. I think we did a good job of controlling both sides of the glass tonight." The Dukes will travel to Akron, Ohio on Saturday, November 22nd for the Morgan & Morgan Classic. They will open up the tournament against Northeastern with a 4 p.m. game start.
On Tuesday night, the women's basketball team fell short in a 64-62 loss against Robert Morris. The Colonials jumped out to an early lead in the first quarter, and it was back and forth between both teams for the rest of the game. Notably, the Dukes trailed 50-45 in the opening of the fourth quarter, but took a 54-52 lead after a 9-2 run. Head coach Dan Burt said, "Tonight was a great example of our inexperience, our youth, and playing against a team that is very well coached and outstandingly prepared in Robert Morris. And this is a great learning lesson for us early in the season. Unfortunately, tonight we came out a little bit short, but kudos goes to Robert Morris and their outstanding preparation for this game." Sophomore guard Mackenzie Blackford collected 4 rebounds and netted 10 of her 16 shots in the second half. Totaling 15 points and 10 rebounds, Harriet Ford finished the game with her second double-double of the season. Gabby Grantham Medley also added 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists on the night for the Dukes. Duquesne will return to the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse to play Kent State on Monday, November 24th. Now let's head over to Morgan Carr with this week's weather.
Thanks, guys. Now for the weather here in Pittsburgh. So on Friday, yes, rain, I know. It's not just snow time, it's only rain right now. 70% chance with that 51 high and that 43 low. Moving into Saturday with that 45% chance of rain just in time for Duquesne's bowl game and final game of the season. And the first day of Thanksgiving break, we got that 46 high and that 36 low. Move right into Sunday, again, some clouds but some sun in the sky for the Pittsburgh Steelers to play. We have that 50 high and that 33 low. Moving right into Monday, the first official day off, we have some clouds, some sun, 53 high and that 38 low, so not too cold. The rain is coming back with that 60% chance of rain on Tuesday, 54 high, 39 low. Raining again, 55% Wednesday, 52 high, 40 low. And moving into Thanksgiving, it is officially getting really cold with that 40 high and that 30 low, but some sun in the sky here in Pittsburgh. All right, in Rome, it is officially starting to see that weather change with lots of rain and cold temps, just in time for the Rome campus to officially actually be ending. Only so many days left of class for those in Rome. So we have 85% chance of rain on Friday, a 60 high and a 49 low. Saturday, that's 65% chance of rain, 57 high and that 46 low. Sunday, we have some sun, the only sun of the week. We have that 50 high and that 36 low. We move right into Monday where that rain comes back and will be pretty steady. That 85% chance of rain, 57 high, 43 low. 85 on Tuesday with that 57 high and that 48 low. We're moving into Wednesday with only 70% chance of rain, still that 56 high and that 46 low. And Thursday, that cold temperature, 65% chance of rain, 51 high, 42 low in Rome. All right, back to Dublin. Pretty much your annual yearly weather is rain in Dublin. We got that 65% chance of rain on Friday, that 47 high and that 30 low. 90% chance of rain on Saturday, so definitely look out for that. 48 high, 41 low. 90% again on Sunday with that 46 high and that 42 low. Move right into Monday. We're seeing that 50% chance of rain, so not so much, but still be careful. That 47 high and that 41 low. Moving into Tuesday, we're getting finally a break. During that Thanksgiving break, you have some sun, some clouds in the sky, that 45 high, that 37 low. Moving into Wednesday, no sun, but a break from the rain with that 44 high and that 35 low. Moving to Thursday, 50% chance of rain, so not clear skies, but we have that 53 high and that 42 low in Dublin. Now back to you guys.
Thank you, Morgan. Last Friday, the Power Center hosted a spike ball tournament for students on McCluskey Field from 7 to 10 p.m. Jamie Fitzpatrick, who works for Recreational Life at the Power Center, said the event is something that Recreational Life set up for student life just to bring the community together. Fitzpatrick added that spike ball is something a lot of people enjoy, so we try to set something up for people to participate in. Nathan Dalgard, a student who competed in the tournament, said he saw a poster outside Chick-fil-A advertising the spike ball tournament and the $100 prize. When asked what his favorite part of the tournament was, Dalgard said, just talking and playing with everybody. He added on, stating, everybody's really good, a lot better than I am, but it's really fun to talk to them and play with them. Dalgard said he enjoys attending events like this because it's fun to meet new people and get out and run around for a bit. To find more events like this, check out Campus Link.
The newest addition to campus sports is Ultimate Frisbee. Our Brennan Flato was on the scene of their latest tournament. Let's see what he learned.
The Voice of Duquesne Live just wrapped up here at the Duquesne Ultimate Frisbee Turkey Tournament. After the tournament, I got to talk to co-founders Tristan and Mason. So let's hear what they had to say and check out some other stuff from tonight's tournament.
So Tristan and I started the club last year because we would like to come outside and just throw the disc around. I don't have a ton of experience with Ultimate Frisbee. Rather, I just played it a couple times. And we missed playing, so we decided if there was no club we could join, we needed to start one.
So every year we do the turkey tournament the week before Thanksgiving break on Sunday night. We founded that last year during our inaugural season, and we were really excited to bring that back this year. You're able to make your own team, come out with as many people as you want, or you can join a team here. We play for about 2 hours and make a little bracket. We give out a trophy and a prize at the end, and we just have a great time. I think the tournament went great. We had a really good turnout, a lot of really competitive play, which was really exciting to see. Great time just hanging out with some friends, listening to some music, and having some great time with Frisbee.
It was great. We have normally a couple people who come and go each week, and it was nice to see like all of our faces, all of the regular members, and all the people who don't show up as frequently. It was good to see everyone here.
Every week we get a mix of different people, and sometimes the competition level is a little different depending on who we have. But this week everyone really brought their A grade play in their top competition, and it was fun. We had a spark out there. People were playing hard. People were making great catches and great throws, and it was fun just to have a great night of sportsmanship with these guys and gals.
We meet every Sunday at 6 p.m. This was actually our last event for this season. We'll be back in the spring. You can follow our Instagram at DUQ_ultimate, and we'll post all about that. We also have a campus link you can find, but everything you need is on our Instagram.
That's it for me here tonight at the Duquesne Ultimate Frisbee Turkey Tournament. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you. The No Exit performance performed by the Duquesne Red Maskers took place in the Genesius Theater from November 6th to 15th. Written by the late French novelist, activist, and playwright Jean-Paul Sartre, he was one of the leading figures in the 20th century. Known for his theories on individual responsibility and self-deception, No Exit performance was first performed in 1944. No Exit presents an alternate view of eternal damnation through interactions of three damned souls escorted into hell. No Exit allows audience to reflect on sin, faithfulness, control, and deception. Some of the parents of the performance stated, "The show was really good and went exactly how I thought it would, and that it was well done and definitely worth coming to. Looking forward to the next show." With that said, be sure to be on the lookout for Head Over Heels in February for the next Red Maskers production here at the Genesius Theater.
Alpha Sigma Tau held their philanthropy event this past weekend. The Miss Duquesne pageant is held yearly by AST, and our Betsy Bowden has more with this story.
This past weekend, Duquesne's Alpha Sigma Tau held a Miss Duquesne pageant as a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish. On Saturday night, Alpha Sigma Tau hosted the Miss Duquesne pageant to benefit Make-A-Wish. Girls from different clubs, including Greek organizations, competed for the title. There were 3 rounds of the pageant. Round 1, Introduction, Round 2, Q&A, and Round 3, Talent.
I've never competed in a pageant before. I wanted to do it just because get the experience in. And I really like it. Everyone here is so welcoming, and this was such for a really good cause. So I'm glad I participated in this.
The event also had a raffle with different gift baskets, refreshments, and a Kendra Scott table, where 20% of sales for the night were donated towards Make-A-Wish. The special guest of the night was 3-year-old Annie, a Make-A-Wish kid, who fought a rare type of cancer in her eyes. And her mother took the stage to talk about how their family was positively impacted by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. At the award ceremony, Annie was also crowned Junior Miss Duquesne. Miss Ballroom Dance, Sarah Planick, was crowned Miss Duquesne, while Miss Alpha Phi, Peyton Straub, was recognized for raising the most money out of all the contestants, and Miss Sigma Kappa, Delaney James, was crowned Miss Congeniality. Over $16,000 was raised on Saturday to help grant wishes to kids in need. For more information about their future philanthropy events, you can follow Alpha Sigma Tau on Instagram at DUQAST. This is Betsy Bowden with the Voice of Duquesne Live signing off.
Thank you, Betsy. The Christmas Ball will be held this year at the William Omni Penn Hotel on Friday, December 5th, offering students a formal evening to celebrate the holiday season together. Tickets are priced at $30, but SGA members can attend for just $10 as part of a discounted ticket rate. Tickets can be purchased at CSI located on the 3rd floor of the Student Union. The event promises a festive atmosphere, elegant decor, and a chance for the campus community to come together before the end of the semester. The Student Government's Finance Committee announced the launch of a new museum challenge designed to encourage students to explore local cultural institutions and engage more deeply with the arts. Until November 28th, student organizations can submit fun group photos, skits, and other content from their museum trips to SGA for a chance to win great prizes for their organizations. All submissions should be sent into sga@duq.edu. Duquesne is currently hosting its 20th annual Turkey Drive, running from September 22nd through November 21st to support disadvantaged families during the Thanksgiving season. The initiative aims to provide turkeys for 200 families and students, staff, and community members are encouraged to contribute. A donation of $30 fully sponsors a family's Thanksgiving meal, though contributions of any amount are welcomed and appreciated. Donations can be made in person at the center, located in room 302 of the Student Union, or submitted online.
Before we dive into this week's highlight from Provost Dossey's Academic Insights, we here at Voice of Duquesne Live would like to congratulate Dr. David Dossey on becoming the 14th president of Duquesne University. Now for the Academic Insights. Celebrate the Duquesne Duke Centennial with the written voice, an exhibit exploring the rich history and impact of the student newspaper. The exhibit is located in the popular reading room of Gumberg Library from November 7th to December 5th. Stop by the 3rd floor of the Student Union and donate to the annual DUV Angel Tree. Pick a tag, buy a gift, and return it to 20 Chatham Square by December 9th. The tree benefits the Brashear Association's Holiday Assistance Program and Voices Against Violence.
The Division of Mission and Identity and the Office of Human Resources are pleased to announce that our seasonal employee engagement initiative, Goodwill, Mission in Action, will return for the 2025 holiday season. The initiative encourages faculty and staff to perform and share stories about random acts of kindness for one another during the holiday season. Pick up your Mission in Action holiday cards today. I am Brendan Flato.
I am Donovan Shanley. Make sure to tune in next Thursday for a special Thanksgiving message.